Chapter 8, SEO Strategies. At the outset of this book, we looked at one SEO strategy in particular. Namely, we looked at content marketing. So why did we discuss that strategy at the outset and not others? Well, by now you should know the answer to that question. Namely, because content is king. It's also because excellent content is the basis for adding value to the web. Remember, it's unique content that's well-written, well-researched, and adds value, which helps to build relevancy and trust. So naturally, content marketing should be at the heart of any long-term SEO strategy. But content marketing can take all sorts of shapes and sizes on the web, literally. We can market content through online videos. We can do it through podcasts or audiobooks. We can do it through free ebooks, email lists, or, of course, through articles and written words. Content marketing is a powerful strategy because, as we've already seen, it leverages what we call authority sites. Those authority sites will help to give you that added boost that you need to help rank higher, faster. Remember the formula for PageRank? As you'll recall, PageRank is a mathematical expression for ranking the popularity of a page, or its chances of randomly appearing in search. This is achieved by analyzing the page's authority, or the sum of the number of links to that page, and the quality of those links. When links to your page come from authority sites, whose page ranks range from 7 to 10, and those links come from high-quality content, there's virtually no better boost for your ability to show up in Google SERPs for that particular keyword search. In the past, I've worked on countless content marketing campaigns where I spent time not only writing one core article, but also rewriting that same article 3 or 4 times and posting them to various authority sites. Each one of those authority site articles contained just one keyword link back to the original non-authority site article. Yes, it's a lot of work for just one single and solitary link back, but that's what it takes today to succeed at content marketing. But, as I said, content marketing can take on other shapes and sizes. Video marketing or even presentation marketing are two other powerful forms. What does this involve? Well, one point that I wanted to first drive home is the fact that Google loves high-quality video that helps to deliver value. Similarly to content that achieves those same results, Google will help to serve up high-quality value-driven videos at the top of its SERPs. What's even better? When you link a high-quality video with a written article, either on an authority site or your personal domain, you help to bridge that PageRank divide. But this goes back to the concept of link juice and JTT that we discussed earlier. As you'll recall, in JTT, the power of a link combines the power of other links coming to that page. Now, we're not talking about links to the domain. We're talking about links to a particular web page. What's the difference here, and how does it affect our strategy? Okay, think about it this way. PageRank is the rank of importance of a given page on the web, not of the domain or its other pages itself. So if we create content on an authority site, although it's an authority domain, the page still has no real rank to speak about. Still, authority content will always rank higher than content released on your own domain because, well, it's an authority domain. As I stated earlier, authority domains have an almost implicit level of trust with Google, having been around for ages and having countless links back to their various pages and sections. But you can also supercharge your content marketing. How do we do that? Well, we start by creating links back to our authority content for starters. This happens by sharing the link in social media, but you can take this even one step further. Imagine this: content marketing your content marketing. Sound confusing? Here's what I mean. In content marketing, you're creating an original piece of content that's posted on your site, correct? Then, you go about creating authority site content with one single keyword link to your site. Now, what if we created authority site content that links back to our other authority site content? Still confused? Well, the reason why we would do something like this should be apparent. If it's not apparent, I'll use the following image to help depict how this works. So what does this image represent? Well, this is what we call tiered linking. What is tiered linking? This is a more advanced concept in SEO, but I wanted to take a moment to introduce this to you. First, let's carefully analyze this image. What's happening here? In this image, what you'll notice is that at the center of it is your site or web page on your domain. For the purposes of this conversation, we'll just call it your money page, or MP for short. Your MP is surrounded by other links that are hovering around it, linked in a variety of formats. This depicts 3 separate tiers of links that move beyond your domain. In total, there are 4 tiers, but your MP is at Tier 1. Now, by tiers, we simply mean other sites that link back to either your site or to other sites in the tier. We can also look at this tiered linking structure like a chain. In effect, this is a link chain, or a series of links laid out in a particular format that has some common elements, link, amongst them. This is an important concept when it comes to more advanced SEO strategies. Remember at the outset, I spoke about covering some strategies that will help to boost page rank faster. Well, this is one of those strategies. But keep in mind that this is most likely different than any strategies that you might have covered in the past. Why is it different? Well, much has changed over the years. Google's new algorithm adjustments are looking for over-optimization. So you have to approach your optimization efforts with care and tact. Don't try to throw caution to the wind. In the beginning of this book, I also introduced you to the different SEO camps for a particular reason. I wanted you to mainly see the difference between black hat SEO and white hat SEO, but also illuminate to you that there's a middle ground called gray hat SEO. Some strategies that are considered gray hat SEO strategies still work today. They can get you some mileage in the optimization department, but also pose some risks. For example, let's look at one gray hat SEO strategy for argument's sake. Considering that we've already covered Google Penguin, this should give you a clear idea of just what's involved today with gray hat SEO. In the preceding image, you'll see 2 separate scenarios that are involved with link schemes. In the first scenario, depicted on the left-hand side, you'll see numerous inbound links that are coming into a site. Now, when I say numerous, I mean hundreds or even thousands of links that were added either quickly or slowly, but that are inorganic in nature. For example, hundreds of links coming from PR0 pages or NA pages in a short period is a clear example to Google that someone is trying to over-optimize. What's more telling is when all of those links are using the same keyword to link to the site. Scenario 1 was the primary target for Google's Penguin. In the second scenario, you have numerous inbound links coming into an authority site. In this scenario, there's less risk for a Google penalty. So why is that? Now, I wouldn't recommend you using this strategy today. There are too many advanced variables involved when doing something like this. However, when you do know what you're doing, there are still some benefits to taking this approach. So what's the difference? Well, keep in mind that authority sites already have Google's trust. The reason why a site would get slapped with a Google Penguin penalty is only because of its newness. An authority site is less likely to get slapped with that same penalty simply because it has authority. Authority is built up over time, and the only way to build authority is to garner trust, slowly but surely. That happens by curating quality content, link sharing, editorials, and so on. This just doesn't happen overnight. So all things considered, content marketing is absolutely a white hat SEO strategy. But there are twists to content marketing that involve advanced SEO strategies. These still keep you in the white hat camp without stepping over that dreaded line. Now, these require far greater effort on your part. This is where the content marketing of the content marketing comes into play. If you'll recall, when we discussed JTT, we saw that a link is as powerful as the other inbound links to that page. But JTT is enhanced when we're talking about authority sites. Why? Because authority sites already have high link juice, in that many sites are already linking into the domain. Granted, the specific page you create on that authority site might have no page rank to begin with. However, when you create some inbound links to that page, You can skyrocket that page rank in a short period because, again, the domain on an authority site has already earned Google's trust. All you're doing is enhancing the trust of a page on a domain that's already trusted. This is why authority sites hold the key to your SEO success. This is the only way that you're going to move your site up Google's SERPs in a quick manner without breaking the rules. So let's take a closer look at the authority content marketing strategy here. Advanced content marketing. I wanted to speak about this advanced content marketing strategy because, quite possibly, content marketing is going to be your single biggest tool and asset in your SEO arsenal. Once you've mastered this strategy, you'll see your ranks swell over time far quicker than normal. But keep in mind that content marketing is no walk in the park. This doesn't bend or break the rules. In fact, it plays precisely by the rules while leveraging some of the web's most trusted sites. And the time invested here will pay off in spades. So, what does advanced content marketing entail? Well, there are a few methods involved. The first that I wanted to discuss is what I've already mentioned, content marketing your content marketing. Sounds confusing? Well, it's just simple semantics. You're simply writing one authority site article that links to another authority site article. The last authority site article links to your site, of course. To get a sense of how this is done, I've put together the preceding image. In it, you'll see on the left-hand side the strategy that we've already discussed, simple content marketing. In simple content marketing, you're creating one piece of content marketing on an authority site to market a single piece of similar content on your site. This can be done multiple times over. The more pieces of content created on authority sites linking back to the MP, the higher its link juice becomes. But it's the second strategy, which we see on the right-hand side of the image, that's far more powerful. You are also creating that authority site content, first tier, that's similar to the content on your site, or MP. Then, going out there and creating additional authority site content, second tier, that links back to the first tier of authority site content. The reason why this is a powerful approach comes back to the issue of trust and relevancy. Since authority sites already have implicit trust with Google, it's far easier to increase the page rank of an authority site page than a page on your domain that might be lacking authority. How does this differ from sending massive links into the authority sites like we saw in the previous example in the last section? Well, with that, you run the risk of a penalty. But these aren't just any links. These are authority site content links. The point here is that you're writing high-quality, unique authority site content that adds value to people's lives. This isn't just about creating hundreds or thousands of inbound links, but we can go even one step further in our strategy here. Again, I'll remind you that PageRank is derived from the total sum and quality of the inbound links to a page. We can easily increase authority site PageRank as opposed to PageRank on our domains, so we can engage in even more advanced strategies to do just that. In the preceding image now, you'll see a third strategy. This link chain is far more powerful when done right. Again, I want to remind you that this can't be done based on low-quality content. To the contrary, you must use extremely high-quality content here. So, in the third strategy, we have two tiers of authority site content again. But, unlike in the second strategy, our second tier is a single authority site as opposed to multiple authority sites. That single authority site on the second tier also gets multiple social media shares into it. But why go to all of this trouble? Why do things have to be so difficult? Again, today, you're facing multiple obstacles when it comes to SEO. You have the algorithm hurdles that you need to cross from Google, but also inherent trust and relevancy issues to deal with on your site. Sure, you could be doing everything else perfectly, but without inherent trust and relevancy, which is only developed over time, you could kiss your potential for rankings goodbye unless you focus and concentrate your efforts on authority site content marketing strategies. As you implement these strategies, pay careful attention to the page rank of the pages that you're optimizing. For example, after you build your first tier of authority site content, begin tracking the page rank of your MP and that first tier. Use a spreadsheet and jot down the page rank to your first tier and MP daily or weekly. Then, after you build your second tier, add that tier onto your spreadsheet. As you add the social media links and other links, track your page rank to all pages as you steadily go ahead. You have to get organized so you can see what's working here for you and what isn't over time. Remember, SEO isn't an overnight process. Real SEO takes hard work exerted over the long term. It involves constantly churning out high-quality content that brings value to people's lives. So ensure that you are using whatever means are available to you in order to track and analyze your results. How are you improving from week to week? How are you improving from month to month? Don't get discouraged in the beginning if you don't see enormous improvements. It will take time. But focusing on authority site content is going to pay off enormously for you as long as you spend the time with this. Don't try to outsource this in the beginning. You'll find it extremely expensive to find quality SEO writers. As an SEO specialist, you're in the marketing business. You're expected to know how to market, and that involves curating content and analyzing your results to see what works and what doesn't. So try to excel at each of the areas personally before you even consider finding outside help.